We got my man Chef here. Why does the market say this? Because market's closed. So market closes literally at 6. Sorry, at 5. Sorry, I'm blanking out for a sec. I don't know why I said 6. So market's closed. So basically, I'm just here just to share with you guys a little bit. Wanted to do something a little bit different. We're almost at 5,600 members. So good to see you as well, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yes, markets are closed, right? Investments. But wanted to try something maybe a little bit different and do the forecast instead on Sunday when Sundays are crazy busy for me. So I figured, you know what? Why don't we just try and do a weekly outlook right now that everyone's kind of calm right now. Most people are probably just like chilling, like probably like, I don't know, hanging out. It's Friday, whatever. Hustle doesn't stop, guys. We're always here just looking at other opportunities, or we're working on our other businesses and just focusing on improving ourselves, guys. That's just how it is. So yeah, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to join and see if there is a couple more people that will be joining us. Let me just update kind of like the video settings, and then we should be good, team. So give me 1 second, bear with me, all right? And then we're gonna get started with the stream. Also, make sure if you guys enjoy the stream, make sure you guys smash the like button for me, guys. Let's get those likes up, and let's go. So like I said, I'm just gonna be updating the video settings and stuff like that. Welcome to everyone that's new. If it's your first time here, welcome. Welcome to La Familia. Excited to have you guys here. It's my first time actually just doing it after the markets are closed, like a live stream. So wanted to see how it goes, and you know, if you guys want me to do this on Fridays and you guys enjoy it, then perfect. Then at least I know this is gonna work for all of us here. All right. No, okay, 1 second here. Team, let's get it to 5 likes. Let's get it to 5 likes, team. Let's go. I'm just going to update the title as well, too. No. All right, guys, so you can literally see, I'm not going to start just yet. Just give me a few seconds because I'm not done yet, but we're going to get started soon. But as you guys can see for GBP odd, price literally pulled back exactly as expected and literally started to push back up. So definitely for next week, looking at beautiful buy positions. Now, one thing I do have to keep in mind, which I'm going to show you guys in a second, that we kind of have to keep our eyes on, is that it may be forming an ascending wedge pattern formation. And so what that means is that we may see either a break instead of to the upside, we may see it actually break to the downside. So there's something I'm going to be showing you guys, and we're going to cover in a second here. 1 second here. Okay. Think we're good. Okay. I think we're perfect now. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to show you guys what I may be looking for next week. And this is actually important for us to cover because it is something that could happen. So I just kind of want you guys to be mindful, of course, to be aware of this because it's important. And let me know in the chat if you guys are able to hear me well. Let me know if you can hear me well, guys, in the chat. By the way, welcome to all the new members. Maybe it's your first time here joining us, whatever it is. Today, we're going to be covering a few things. We're going to be looking for the forecast for next week. We're going to be going over the markets, see what trading opportunities we can find together, right? Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys. So what am I looking at here for GBP odd? So you can see GBP odd. We are forming this beautiful formation. Now, what I want to do is I want to pull up the other chart here because this one second. We got GBP odd. This one already has for the live stream, so I don't want to take that off. We're going to move on here. There we go. So if we notice something, I want you guys to notice something here, team. Okay, 1 second here. So I want you guys to notice something here. If we look at, let me just clear this off too. If we look at price, okay, if we look at it from the 4-hour perspective, okay, we can understand that we have come to these highs above here. One thing that does give me some sort of confidence that we may be looking for a push to the upside is that we've broken above this previous resistance, okay? Now, pay close attention to this because this means that most likely we may see a continuation to the upside. We're just seeing a retest, which the next target area for me would be these highs up here, okay? And then the next target area would be these highs up here. So these are kind of my target areas that I'm looking for price to potentially head to for a nice clean continuation. Now, here's the thing. We've got a retest right now, which is what we were anticipating, looking for longs, and we were targeting here, which is about 100 pips, okay? This is for next week. But one thing we do have to keep in mind is the following, okay? Now let me clear the charts and we'll start fresh. Look at this. If we go down to the 1-hour time frame, we can notice that we are forming also an ascending wedge pattern formation. Now what does this mean? Essentially, when price starts to form these types of patterns, typically we see some sort of a breakout to the downside. Sometimes it could be to the upside, but in this case, usually when it forms this ascending wedge pattern formation, we see a tipping point, we see a break of structure, we wait for some sort of a retest, and then typically price goes all the way back down to the bottom end of this pattern formation. So this is something that I will have on my radar. The only way I would see this unvalidated is if we do see a final breakout to the upside, right? So if we do happen to see that price happens to go something like this, it gives us a nice break, retest on the smaller time frame, and then it reaches our target one, which is these highs above here, which is the area I was telling you guys about earlier, right? Then at that point, I'm definitely not looking for short opportunities. At this point, then we'd be looking at price to give us a potential push back down, okay? That is something that we do have to kind of keep in mind, team. All right, these are the two scenarios that we're going to see here for GBP odd. And so I just kind of wanted to update you guys on this actual pair and kind of what I'm looking at overall. Do you guys have any questions for me so far? Do you guys understand that so far? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys understanding that explanation? Let me know in the chat if you guys understood that. Good. I'm also going to let everyone in our free chat know that we're live as well too. So might as well let them know as well that we are live. Okay. Perfect. Are you guys able to hear me? Good? Perfect. Awesome, bro. Gotcha. That's amazing. I love the fire emojis. Let's get it. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at for that. Now let's move on to gold. Now, gold gave us a nice push to the downside from here. We were anticipating a push to the upside, but it's super bearish at this point, which is fine because there was two scenarios. Either it was going to break to the downside or break to the upside because it was ranging. So let's clear the charts. Let's start fresh. Let's start fresh. There we go. And let's go up to the 4-hour time frame. What are we looking here at the 4-hour time frame? We can see that we clearly broke below this area. And in fact, if we look at the daily had closed below, where was it? We had a closure. It was this one below here. Price came down lower, came back, retested this area. Then it came down to this area. So now where we're looking at price at this point with gold, we may actually see a more extensive pullback, or we may see a break of this structure. If we break below this structure, then we may see even a continuation to the downside. We could see something like this where price comes to this area of support here. We have multiple areas of support over here, which you can see on the left-hand side. And we may actually see price come to these areas and then give us a nice pullback for a potential continuation back down, maybe to this area, and then maybe come back up. We don't know yet. Again, this is very, very hypothetical, but I'm just explaining a scenario where we may be kind of stuck within this little range before we actually make a continuation move to the upside, right? This is kind of hypothetically what we may anticipate for price, okay? And then, you know, let's say scenario number 2, if we get a rejection here, we could see a pullback and then maybe a stronger move down, or a pullback to then kind of range a little bit and maybe give us a breakout to the upside. So there's 2 different scenarios that could happen here. We just got to keep an eye out on it and team and see kind of what we can get out of it and kind of go from there, basically. But yeah, let me know if you guys are understanding that so far. So again, like I said, GBP odd, we're looking for a solid trade setup for next week. As you guys could see, my analysis here for you guys that I've set. Okay. Now, so just use this analysis for your own benefit. So if this helps you guys in any way possible, use this to your own benefit for next week. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, and we understand that we are still kind of stuck in this range here, so we need a break outside of this range, which we have to patiently wait. This is why I didn't even enter on a Friday, because I knew that on Friday it wasn't going to do this move. It wasn't going to give us the breakout move, right? But overall, I knew that most likely that we were going to see some sort of a rejection from this area, which we saw a nice pullback to the area of interest, and then it seems like it's starting to push back down. So we don't know yet, but let's just wait patiently for the breakout. Once we get the breakout, then we should be good. What are we looking at for NASDAQ? By the way, guys, let me know, and we're going to look over Bitcoin as well too. By the way, let me know in the chat where you guys are looking to, like where are you guys tuning in from? Perfect. Look at this. So we said this was a great example because I said this was a resistance area that price was going, and we were looking for a potential pullback. I said if we get a rejection from this area high, we can anticipate a potential continuation down. We didn't get the rejection, which is perfect. This is fine. This actually tells us what direction the market wants to go. So in this case, now that we have the breakout to the upside above this resistance area, now we're coming to a major resistance area here. We can anticipate price to give us some sort of a potential pullback, and then we might start looking for long opportunities within NASDAQ for the next week or so. So now we understand the overall direction. This is kind of where we want to start looking for price to go, is now looking for potential buys, but we have to wait patiently for price to give us a better entry. We want to wait for price to come back down to this area of interest, and then we may be looking at potential long opportunities, which will be golden for next week or so. That's kind of what I'm seeing overall for NASDAQ. Do you guys have any questions for me, guys? Any questions? Let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions. Guys, also, we're at 4 likes. Let's get it to 6 likes, team. Let's get it to 6 likes. We've got 6 members here with us. And if it's your first time here, let me know in the chat, guys, where you're joining us from. And make sure you guys also are connected with all the links below, like in our free Telegram. All the links are in the video description below. Also, make sure you guys follow me on my new Instagram at ThisIsPedroFX. Again, ThisIsPedroFX on Instagram. You guys can see at the top of the stream, you'll see the little Instagram logo, and then that is my username. Again, this is PedroFX. I do giveaways, and I also just share my day-to-day life. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram. Again, this is PedroFX. I look forward to seeing you guys on there as well on my new Instagram. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to AUD/USD. And by the way, if you guys want me to cover any pairs now that we're here, let me know in the chat. Take advantage that I'm live, team. Take advantage. Let's take a look at AUD/USD. Remember AUD/USD last night, we were looking at AUD/USD to give us 2 scenarios. Either come back down to this area here, give us a rejection for then the extensive pullback, which we actually got this pullback here a little bit. So it actually tapped this area and then it came back up. That's fine. So overall, both scenarios we anticipated price to potentially give us a pullback. Most likely by next week, we should anticipate a nice clean pullback to the same area that I have here. And then we should see a nice short opportunity here for AUD USD. All right, we got my man Mario. Let's go, Mario. Hola, great content, man. Appreciate it, my man Mario. Let's go, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys subscribe. Trust me, I do videos and live streams every single day, so make sure you're connected. But yeah, my man, welcome, bienvenido, and look forward to seeing you guys every day on the stream. Also, make sure you guys turn on your notifications. So for all the new members that are just joining us, maybe it's your first time here, make sure you turn on your post notification bell. Okay, you can't miss that because that way you don't miss any single piece of content I pull out or when I'm live or whatever, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much it, team. So I'm anticipating price to pull back nicely here. So we may be looking at good shorting opportunities. If we see price pull back from this area, we can then short it, target this first area here. And if that is the case, then we may be looking at a nice 65, 66 pip move to the downside. So now that is something a lot more attractive to me than catching about a 30 pip move or 20 pip move. So about 68 pips, 66 pips, sorry. That's not too bad of a trade opportunity for next week. Moving on, let's focus on Euro USD. Euro USD has been playing a lot of games lately, but that's fine. You can see Euro USD actually started to move up exactly when I told you guys. It moved all the way up about 30 pips, 25 pips or so. Yeah, 25 pips or so. I am anticipating it to come and tap into this area once more before we see a potential continuation to the downside. So again, this is something that I am anticipating for price to come back up, maybe create some sort of a double top before we see either a continuation back down, or if we see a break of structure where we actually break above, then we wait for some sort of a potential retest for a potential continuation to the upside, okay? That is something that I am potentially anticipating here for price. We'll have to come back and wait and see. Again, some things we just have to wait for price to print some data to show us where price wants to go, right? Otherwise, we're just playing the guessing game, and that's not what we want to be doing, okay? Do you guys have any questions? Any questions for me, team? We're at 5 likes. Let's get it to 8 likes or something. I know we don't have much of our members here. They're all probably partying or something, or watching a movie. But for those that are hustling, man, we don't stop. But yeah, look at this. This was, what was this, Euro AUD? Euro AUD, we caught a beautiful Euro AUD. I think it was last week, or it's probably, no, it's on my other chart. But we caught a beautiful sell on Euro AUD 2 days ago. I think it was. It was this one here. That was a beautiful sell. Oh yeah, that was a beautiful sell. I remember this one. Yeah. That was a beautiful sell. Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice sell there. Okay, so what are we looking at now? The fact that it's here, I think we might be getting a nice pullback soon too, guys. So don't be surprised. The way things are looking right now, we may be looking at a nice pullback as well. We are also at a 4-hour resistance. Now, I would like to see the daily, but I think this is also a daily resistance as well. So I'm going to keep this on the radar. If we look at it where it's currently at right now, it is rejecting a daily resistance area. So I would just say maybe the next daily candle, if it starts kind of going bearish, or even the 4-hour gives us a nice bearish pattern formation, which we already are here. We have a beautiful doji. If, let's say, we get a strong bearish engulfing, then I'm definitely looking for potential short opportunities. And again, how much are we talking here? This is the 4-hour time frame, so it's probably a decent amount. You can see even if it were to come here, that's about 60 pips. So it's not that much, but I mean, hey, you know, what are we, like, you know, it's not too bad. For your odd, we're catching about 60 pips. And then again, we would put it above here, which would be, let's say, above this area here. Because I don't like how that wick came up above 40 pips above that area. But let's say even if we did a 30 pip stop loss and kind of target these lows over here, that's about 66 pips, 65 pips. That's not too bad overall. We got my man Andrew, USD CHF. All right, my man. Let's take a look at USD CHF. I had it here somewhere. One sec. I'll just search it. All right, what are we looking at for USD CHF? So USD CHF actually rejected this line area, this resistance area that I had literally. So price came up, came back down. USD CHF, let's go up to the higher time frames and figure out where we're at though. So I always like to look at the bigger picture here because it's important. Let's go up to the weekly. So if we look at things like this from this weekly perspective, you can understand technically it's still bullish. We had to break above this structure high here. We have retested at this area. We are holding off at this level support over here. This is a weekly area. I don't like this huge weekly rejection, so we may see price come back down to these weekly lows. So if we go down to the daily, what I would like to see for potential buy opportunities, I would say even here at this daily area, I'd like to see price close above this resistance area high here. If we get a closure above here, then yes, we're looking for a clean move to the upside. If we don't get a break above this area, then I'm not looking for buy opportunities. If we get a closure below this low here, team, so take a look at this, we may see a potential move down. So I wouldn't even sell it if it comes down to this area, just because it could come down here and then go up, right? So you just got to be mindful of that. So I would say I would sell it once it breaks and closes below these lows here, and then we might be looking like a nice short opportunity as well. But I would say even these lows are fine. These lows right over here, like that. All right. I hope that helps, my man. My man Andrew, thank you, Pedro. No problem, my man. That's what I'm here for, bro. You know, markets are more quiet right now. This looks crazy messy. I've never done something like that, but these are technically the scenarios that we could see, right? For price. Holy crap, that looks horrible. Let me clear that off. But yeah, anticipating one or two things. So like I said, I'll look for buys once we break above this area here, or I'll look for sells once we break below this area here. Other than that, technically speaking, we are still in this range. Price went up. Yeah, it looks bullish, closed above these highs, creating a higher high. Then price came back down, hasn't broken this lower low, higher low, but we're still technically just market structure, just playing around. So at this point, to me, this just looks like a sideways type of range. I wouldn't say this is bullish at all. The fact that even we closed, or we're pretty much at this recent low area over here. Look at this, where like price came this low down here on the pullback. That means that the bears are really, really strong, and they're really trying to push price down lower. The bulls are trying to push price higher, but the bears are so much more stronger at this given time. So that to me indicates that the overall bullish sentiment is starting to die off. The bullish momentum is starting to die off, right? You can see that the bears are really, really strong. The bulls have been trying for quite some time to pull price higher, and it's been pretty weak other than this huge bullish candle. But other than that, we saw, the bulls tried to push it higher. They gave a little bit of a pullback, but they didn't have enough of an impulse to push price higher and create a higher high. And in fact, price came back down and pushed price down lower. And then the bulls tried to push back up again. And then what happened? Boom, the bears came back in and pushed price lower. So there's a lot of bearish pressure happening here overall. So I just got to be careful with it, I would say. Looking at the 4 hours as well, too, it's important. Depending how this 4 hour closes as well, too, you can see that this 4 hour is super bearish. Like if this 4 hour, it seems like obviously right now the market's closing stuff, has closed below. If it continues, like I would say we'd probably get a wick candle. Sorry, one sec. This froze here for a sec. We could probably get a wick up here, pulling back to potentially continue to move down. Now, if we are able to hold this area for whatever reason, we could see it maybe come back up, retest these highs. But personally, like I said earlier, I would start looking for buys on USD CHF once it breaks above this line area here. Other than that, I'm not looking for buys if we don't break above this resistance area here. Again, right, on the higher time frames, this is a 4 hour resistance. I need to see price break above this area, and then I have nice clean traffic to the upside, which gives me the next target area above at these highs, right? Other than that, I'm not looking to do anything. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines, wait for price to come to me and do what it has to do, right? Other than that, maybe looking at shorts below this area, but other than that, I wouldn't be looking for shorts other than below this area. So what does that leave me with? Well, that leaves me with, technically speaking, a range, right? We got the highs and lows of the range, and so this is the range, and this is where I don't want to be trading USD CHF. I hope that answers your question, my man. Shout out to Andrew. Let's go, my man. Let's get it. Team, we've got 6 likes. Let's get it to 7 likes, team. We've got 7 members here. Let's go. And we got Mr. 1102. Let's go. So I hope you guys are understanding that so far. If you guys are understanding that explanation, let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up or a fire emoji. Let's get it. Appreciate you guys. And welcome to everyone that's new as well. All the new family members that are just joining. When you subscribe, make sure you turn on that post notification bell. All right. So you don't miss out on any single thing like this. See? Like I usually do the streams every day, but sometimes I'll do things like this. Right. And if you guys really like it, I might continue to do it. Right. So best way is to have your notifications turned on always. All right. Okay, so that is USD CHF. Let's take a look at oil. Do you guys remember oil? I told you guys oil was going to go up. Look at this. Oil literally went exactly as expected. I told you guys from this bottom end from yesterday. I literally told you guys that oil was going to buy up from these lows here. I literally told you guys. Look at my analysis. I can't make this stuff up. Literally. Look at this. Price, I told you guys it was going to pull back up to this area potentially. But if you had you have taken the trade when I told you guys, which was down here, literally I'm not exaggerating. You guys could go watch the live stream from yesterday. You can see, look at how much it went up, all the way up, clear, push to the upside, beautifully. So yeah, lots of opportunities in the markets, guys, and it's all about just understanding market structure. We got my man 1102 USD JPY almost at resistance. Do you think this pullback is temporary? Let's take a look at it, my man. USD JPY. Yeah, so we had this resistance line here. I do think, I'll be frank, I do think that we may see a pullback soon. It is pretty overbought, I'm not gonna lie. However, we did have price kind of be stagnant here for weeks. So the fact that we've broken out above here, retesting this high, filling this wick, we could see price continue to go a little bit higher. I don't think it's hard for me to tell here at this point, to be honest. That's a good question. I think we might get like a little temporary pullback. Don't be surprised if we do get a temporary little pullback here, but we might see new highs above here potentially. We'll see. But be prepared for a potential, like it's hard to trade something like this where it's like this, right? So be prepared for a potential retracement. It could be around this area. It could be a little bit higher, I think, for sure. I think it might be maybe around here. In fact, look at this, team. Look at this. So let me just, I already had these lines here. Look, because I changed my charts, remember? Look at my analysis here. Look at that. So it did pull back a little bit. Like you can see a little wick on the wicks here a little bit, but I was literally anticipating price to pull back from here, and literally look at my analysis. Price to pull back from here and continue to go higher. So the overall direction, guys, I literally got the direction right. The direction was there. Look, like I can't make this stuff up, guys. Literally, it was just hidden there because I changed the charts to the black, right? So yeah, I think to answer your question, my man, I think we might come out to this area, tap it, and then we might expect a pullback. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, if we look at the 1 hour, we have we got a hanging man, and we have a bearish engulfing. So yeah, we expect a pullback. It could be even to this area here. Expect a temporary pullback for sure. I hope that answers your question, my man. Hope that answers your question. GPY seems like we were looking for potential sells, but it seems like we aren't getting that. That's fine. We were anticipating price to break out lower. It did come down lower. Look, it actually did pull back down a little bit finally. But price has been pretty whack, I'll be honest. Yeah, price has been crazy. Crazy. So it actually pulled back at this area, then it came back up, wicked all the way back down to this low here, came back up. So now we're looking at potential buys here for GPY. Okay, yeah, so we're looking at potential buys, team. We're looking at potential buys for GPY. Start fresh though. This is gonna be good for next week. Okay. If we look at it from here, let's see here. We've got these highs up here. So yeah, we may be looking at good moves for next week. GPY buys. Let's look at the daily here. Welcome to all of our new members as well. So if it's your first time here, let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from, like what country you're joining us from, guys. We have family members from all over the world. Also, make sure you guys join in our free Telegram group, guys. I can't stress that enough. And let me know, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys go watch the video I just uploaded. I uploaded a new video where I go over the 200K challenge I'm doing and how I was able to make over $21,000 in 1 week. Literally restoring it after taking one loss, which is insane. So yeah, make sure you guys go watch that video. I dropped some gems in it as well. Okay, so what are we looking at here? I'm going to erase this. This is from way back then. So we are definitely most likely going to come up to these highs. It's looking pretty bullish overall. The sentiment is bullish, which I like. I want to go down to the smaller time frames here on the 4 hour. We're going to wait and see if we do get a retracement here on the 4 hour, maybe creating a wick low here to then continue its impulse to the upside. Now the question is, if it does pull back to this area, maybe how far out are we? We're not that much, so that's not something I really want to be dealing with. I would say let's wait for a breakout above this area. If we get a nice breakout above this 4 hour resistance, or sorry, this daily resistance area, then this could be a beautiful buy opportunity. So let's go back up to the daily here, and we may be looking at good buys here for GPY. However, I do want to be patiently waiting for a break of this area. Wait for a nice break of this area, and if we get a nice retest here on this area, we can then anticipate GPY to give us a nice impulse to these highs above here. We have nice clean traffic on the left-hand side. If we're talking about how much we're dealing with here, we're talking about a 100 pip move to the upside. So again, nice trade opportunity for, you know, probably end of next week or so-ish. Probably, maybe, we'll see. Or probably in 2 weeks or so, or pretty much the rest of the month, I would say. But there will be lots of opportunities, right? So if we're buying here, let's say we got 1, 2, 3 day candles, then, you know, we could be getting in on the buys here for GPY. And then on the pullback, we might be able to get on some sells. It'll be counter trend trades, but hey, you know what I mean? We'll still be able to profit from there. So that's my overall outlook for the next few weeks for CAD/JPY. Let me know in the chat, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the chat if you guys understood that explanation on CAD/JPY. And welcome to everyone that's new. If you're new, come say hi in the chat. Team, we're at 8 likes. Let's get it to 10 likes. Appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying so far the stream. And trust me, these streams are fire during the week as well. But I figured I'd come say hi on Friday. Now that the markets are closed, at least kind of more laid back, you know what I mean? My man, 1102 for gold. Let's take a look at it, my man, again, and then we'll finish off with gold. Like I was saying earlier, I think gold at this point, either there's two scenarios. It's kind of at a make or break point, because on the daily, we can see that we are at an area of support. So we may see price give us some sort of a pullback here. There's a higher probability that on the smaller time frames, if we see like some sort of a bullish variation pattern formation, we could see price give us a continuation to the upside. But if we do break below this area, then this is kind of the scenario. So I have both scenarios here, potentially panned out here for gold. Again, this is very, very hypothetical, because like this, we don't know if it's going to consolidate. Let's be frank, we don't know. But we know that there could be a higher probability that it could pull back up. And there's a higher probability that it could break down for its continued move to go down further. So yeah, so this is kind of what I'm anticipating. This is what I have. So assuming, let's say it does hold this area, if I clear the charts, yes, we could see potentially gold give us some sort of a potential rejection of this area. Let me go back up to the daily just to remark this area again. This is a significant daily area of support. So we are retesting my 50 EMA as well. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, if we get a nice bullish engulfing candle here, and then maybe like on the 1-hour time frame, we see a nice bullish variation, then we could see a continuation to the upside. At least we could see some sort of a retest to this area high above here. And then maybe my next area would be maybe I would say these highs above here for pullbacks for gold. But other than that, I don't really see gold. Other than that, like it's kind of hard for me to say, because I don't have much data as to where price is, what price is doing, if it's going to either consolidate within this area and hold off for a bit here at this daily support, or if it's going to actually break above. But overall, my outlook is yes, I do think that it may actually pull back to this area here and then potentially give us a continuation down lower. And then scenario number 2, it could pull back up here if we break this resistance, sorry, this future resistance here, to then continue a little bit lower. Now, if it does break below, then it's the same scenario in this case, where we may see a nice break and retest to the downside. How much of a range do we have? Well, I mean, that's about 80 pips. That's not bad. So an 80 pip pullback. I mean, again, we could probably get in on buy opportunities on the smaller time frame. This could be a good buy opportunity maybe for Sunday night. And then something like this, we're talking about a 200 pip range. So again, lots of movement that we could potentially catch for next week for gold. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on gold as to what I anticipate is going to happen next. I hope that kind of gives you guys some clarity. I hope you guys are able to understand that. Let me know in the chat if you guys understood that explanation. And do you guys have any other questions for me? Because I think I'm going to wrap it up. I got to catch up on some other stuff. But wanted to try something like this, a little bit different than usual. And just remember, guys, we're live every single day. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. Appreciate all the love. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, team. All right, team. I think we're going to call it a day. Have yourself a blessed weekend. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. Yeah, all the links are below as well too. So team, if you want to follow me on my Instagram, you guys can. The link is not the link, or actually, did I put the link? I think I did actually put the link. The link is in the video description below. No. But yeah, you guys can follow me. My username at thisispedrofx on Instagram. Follow my new Instagram, not my old one. And then other than that, make sure you guys check out all the links below for my programs, my VIP Inner Circle. If you guys want to take advantage of that, we do have a discount on that as well right now. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I will catch you guys on Sunday. Look forward to seeing you guys there on the stream. I might surprise you guys on the stream, but usually it's Monday to Friday for the streams, but I will probably most likely come on in the evening. So later in the evening on Sunday. Have yourself a blessed weekend, guys. Tomorrow's my birthday, so let's get it. 29, crazy. Time flies. But excited, guys, for another day, another opportunity, another year, and just thankful for what God has given me and what He has in store. So yeah. That's all I got for today, guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys watch my other videos as well too, team. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Every like, every comment, every time you guys share my content, it makes a huge difference, and it encourages me to continue to create more content for you guys, right? It encourages me to come onto the streams and make more and more content like this. So if you guys enjoy it, let me know if you guys watched the video, my latest one. I put in a lot of work into that one. It's really, really nice because I break down exactly how I was able to make 21,000 in a week, and how I was really, really close to passing the challenge. The 200K challenge is 6K away. Yeah, I share everything, all the details in that video. So if you guys haven't watched that video, guys, make sure you head over there right now to watch that entire video. And if you liked it or whatever, if you got something out of it, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna share the link right now here in the chat, so you guys can go and watch it. And like I said, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and share that video because it might bless someone else. But at the same time, every like and comment you guys leave, it does support me in the channel. All right. And in turn, I can continue to come on here, guys, spend time with you guys, share more of my time, and continue to make these streams and continue to make the lives and continue to make more content, because it just gives me the motivation to keep going, guys. And you guys are that motivation that will be able to get me going. So I just ask in return always, guys, like I said, anything, just make sure. So there's the link again. The link is right there in the chat to my latest video. Please do me a huge solid. Smash the like. Let's destroy those likes. Let's get it to 20 likes on that video. And if we're actually able to get it to 20 likes, I might be doing a VIP giveaway. So let's try and get it to 20 likes. Let's get some comments in there. And like I said, actually watch the video because it will actually bless you. If you're new to trading, especially if you're new, like if you're already advanced into trading, whatever, maybe you're going to get very familiar with the concepts and stuff like that. But you never know. There might be something that that might help you, right? So I share a lot. Make sure you watch it entirely from beginning to end. And other than that, guys, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much. Have yourself a blessed week.